So we're getting ready to hit the road here, and we're heading towards a Walmart right on the border in a town called Ironwood. Okay, we made it to Walmart. Nothing crazy happened. It was a kind of a long drive, kind of a boring drive. Nothing too exciting, but we're here, and we're almost as far away from home as we've ever been. We're about 50 miles away from that. But we are in a new time zone, which is a first for both of us.
What'd you do? Is this why you're yelling? Because your head's stuck? Because your head's stuck. What are you doing? Why did you do that? Because you're hot?
Were you hot? So it's the next morning here at Walmart in Ironwood, Michigan. I got up this morning and got to thinking, man, we've been using our generator a lot. Maybe I should check the service numbers on it and make sure I'm not due for an oil change. And sure enough, it's a little bit overdue. It's not horribly bad, but we depend on our generator so much to save money while boondocking that I need to change that oil, and I need to get on it, you know, as soon as possible. So I found a parts store nearby that's got the oil filter I need. I'm running down to pick that up, and I'm going to attempt to change the oil here in the Walmart parking lot. I know that there's rules against it. There's gotta be. You shouldn't be able to do any kind of work like that in this parking lot. Hopefully they won't say anything to me. It's not like I'm changing oil on a car, so it's a quicker job. It's less oil to drain, so it won't take as long. So if I just get in there, get it done, and get out, I should be all right. But I can't really think of anywhere else where I would be able to do it, so here we go. All right, I got my oil, the smallest drain pan I could find, and oil filter. Back at the RV, I just got to let the generator warm up for a few minutes before I dump the oil in it. The only one endorsed and recommended by Cummins, so hopefully that's the right oil. All right, all filled up with about 3 quarts. Tightened down, everything's ready, so let's give it a shot. Oh, she's purring. All right. So next time I keep a better eye on it and I don't go over, I made these labels I'm going to put right here by the hour gauge for the generator. All right, that ought to do it. So our plan today is to head to a place called Ashland, Wisconsin. It's up near the top. Looks like a really cool downtown with a bunch of murals to see, and we're going to head down there and park in the Walmart. They do not allow overnight parking there, but we can stay there for a couple hours. We're not staying overnight, so we are going to stop there. It's the only place we can find in the area to park the RV so we can go see some stuff, because we're not going to a campground at least for another couple days. Think we can make that corner? We might hop a bit. Be all right.
I don't know about that. We might hop a lot.
Nah, we can do it.
Okay, well, you go ahead. I think you're crazy. But then I always think you're crazy, so.
I just gotta judge it. just right.
Okay.
Look at that. Now we're gonna make it no problem.
Are we?
Yep. Didn't touch it at all.
Oh, thank God.
Look, we got a new one. Wisconsin. All right. Okay. Need to go. Now we're getting in the car and we're gonna drive to downtown Ashland. I love this old downtown architecture. So downtown Ashland is a really neat old downtown, and they have these beautiful murals painted on the sides of their buildings, and there's actually a little walking tour you can do. We're not going to see all of them, but we're going to see about a dozen or so of them, and we're going to start with number 1 and just move through the downtown. It's a little hard to describe how big this train actually is. And you know, you look up there and there's just wood frame for the windows. It's really cool. So that concludes our windy day tour of downtown Ashland, Wisconsin, and seeing all the murals that they had around. Actually a really cool downtown, and a lot of really cool old buildings, and worth the stop. It'll be our only stop in Wisconsin. It wouldn't be a historic downtown without a Mason temple. And there it is. Looks like the guy behind us went a little crazy with the duct tape there in the top corner of his rig. Jeez. Okay, we have made it to our next stop. We're in Cloquet, Minnesota. It's outside of Duluth. I think I pronounced it correctly, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we are now officially the furthest away from home we have ever been. So today we have driven to another Walmart, not too far, about 70 miles or so northwest of where we were at. We are now in Grand Rapids, Missouri. We're here to see the Judy Garland Museum. We want to take Padme to it. It has a children's museum connected to it. They also have several Wizard of Oz things there to see, and she loves Wizard of Oz. So we are going to stay at this Walmart for one night because we got here too late to go to the museum today. We'll go tomorrow. And while we're here, we're going to search for a campsite to go to because we were ready to go to a place for a few days with some hookups. So yeah, one more night and another Walmart. So it's the next day and we are here at the Judy Garland Birthplace and Museum and Children's Museum. So let's go check it out.
Alright, so today I think we're just going to head to another Walmart because I've got my whole little list going of campgrounds, and it seems like every place around here is booked up, or if they do have a spot, you know, they only have water and electric, and it's like $40, you know, and we just don't really want to pay $40 for just water and electric, you know, if we don't have full hookups. So I think we'll have enough water to get through tonight, and we're gonna stay at another Walmart until we get into North Dakota. They have a couple campgrounds there that are $25. So we'll have to keep looking there and see if we can find something full hookup, because we really need to do some laundry. Just everywhere here that we've called is either booked, or it's $40 for just electric or just water and electric, and we're really looking for full hookups. So we'll just have to wait it out till we get to North Dakota.
Another state. Can you see Minnesota? No. Right there. Where are we at? Can you say Minnesota? Close enough. So back home where we're from, we live near a Walmart that always seemed to have several RVs parked outside of it. And we thought that's how it was going to be traveling around to different Walmarts. But most of the time we've been by ourselves. And actually I think this is the first Walmart that there's been several RVers here. Got 1, 2, 3, then ours. Another one there, and another one there. All of this one Walmart. So on this rainy day in Park Rapids, Minnesota, we are hitting the road and we are heading towards Fargo, North Dakota of all places. I found a place that's full of hookups. It's not ideal. We've been really craving a good campground. This is more like a field behind a hotel, but it is full hookups. We're gonna stay there for 2 nights. We are completely empty on our water tank, so we need to fill up, and we need to do some laundry and just some general maintenance around the RV. So we're gonna head there for 2 nights, and then we're gonna find a better campsite to go to stay a little while longer, because we've been moving a lot.
That alien's so happy making that pizza. Or maybe he's happy because he's gonna eat that pizza.
So, we made it to North Dakota. We are here at their visitor center. It is not a highway rest stop, even though we were on an interstate. It is at or next to a convention center here in Fargo. But we were able to pull back with our RV. It wasn't too big of a deal. We only have one thing planned to go see in North Dakota, but we're gonna go in and see if there's anything else that we want to do while we're here. We're gonna be here for a few days, 2 nights here at this campground we're about to go to, and then maybe longer, maybe 3 nights, 4 nights at another campground near Jamestown, North Dakota. So yeah, let's go in and see what North Dakota has to offer. Oh, they got a Walk of Fame. Look, Def Leppard. I can't make out some of these. Oh, Metallica. Look at that. Pirates of the Mississippi. Look, Sesame Street Live, Bert and Ernie.
Oh man.
There's another one, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Own jet. Sticks. Huh. Bill Gates. There's a ton of these. There's Garth Brooks. Some of them are hard to read. Yeah, there was Alan Jackson down there. Just keeps going all the way down. Alabama. Debbie Reynolds. Jethro Tull. Toby Keith. So this is the stunt double for the equipment used in the movie Fargo, and they have the real one inside, the wood chipper. Gonna hit the road to our campsite. We're like less than 20 miles away. So, we made a big mistake. We're here at our campground in North Dakota. Sorry, there's a tractor plowing a field next to me. It's not the nicest campground, but it'll do. It's got full hookups, so it'll let us fill our tanks up and drain and everything. But we were going over our plans, and we were going to head over to Jamestown, North Dakota, and see the world's largest buffalo, and then we're headed south into South Dakota, and then west into western South Dakota, which is where Mount Rushmore, Badlands National Park, the Crazy Horse Monument. I mean, I can go on and on. There's a ton of stuff, and it's all kind of grouped right there together. Well, we're not quite sure what we're going to do now, because it turns out, and we didn't realize that the day that we were going to arrive in that area is the beginning of Sturgis Bike Week. And if you've ever heard of Sturgis, I mean, you're talking like 700,000 people in a small little town, and Sturgis is right in the center of that whole area right there. So we haven't even tried to call places, because we're going to assume they're all booked up. Even if they aren't and we can get in, I would assume that most of those things, like Mount Rushmore and the Badlands Park and everything, is just going to be packed with people. We're trying to figure out what we need to do because we have to. It's going to throw us behind like over a week getting over to Wyoming towards Yellowstone, which is fine. I mean, it's not like we have to be anywhere at a certain time, but we just don't know what to do in between that. It looks like we might have to go out of the way, maybe south into Nebraska for a little bit, and then back north again. I don't know, but yeah, we got to figure this out. North Dakota. Can you say north? You're not going to see anything?
Yeah.
You say buffalo?
Buffalo.
Buffalo. All right. There it is. Look.
It's true.
So this morning I woke up to something kind of strange. I came outside to dump our tanks like I usually do in the morning, and I noticed we're sitting on a big pool of water. Now I know the hose that we're connected to has a problem in it and it sprays a little bit, so I thought, well, maybe that's contributing to it. But then I got to looking and I saw that there was a steady stream of water dripping out of where our heater is on the RV. So I immediately ran inside and opened up some access panels, one by the kitchen and one in the bathroom, and looked inside, and besides some cobwebs and some dirt that could be vacuumed out of there, I didn't see anything wet. Now we have been running the washer and dryer pretty hard, so I was worried, you know, something might have busted or broken because of that, and that still could be the case. I need to look into it further, but looking at the access panels, it looks fine. Now it could also just be what I see dripping could be from the air conditioning units, because depending on our angle, it's always slightly different. We get condensation drops all around in random places around the RV anyways. I mean, the wind can blow it one direction or whatever, so it might not be an issue. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. When we move campsites, I'll be able to see better, because obviously we won't be hooked up to this hose, and I can see, you know, if it's truly coming from us and how much. So we'll also be able to tell with the water pump when it runs. But we might have a leak. I don't know. I'm gonna keep investigating. Okay, after looking into it, we're okay. Actually, if you've been down and look underneath the heater, you can see a couple drain tubes, and the one that's leaking is my freshwater tank. But it's doing what it's supposed to do. I filled up on fresh water yesterday to get ready, because our tanks were completely empty, and you know, the RV settles overnight, and it must have tipped, you know, a certain way towards that drain, and it just started leaking out some of the fresh water I have in the tank. I was able to get it to pour out even more. That's why it looks like it's pouring more in the video, by turning the valve to fill the tank. So I know that that's what that is, and that just means I'm really full on fresh water, which is good, because I was a little unsure whether or not I was filling it all the way. So when it says full, it's full. I wasn't sure if there was some lenience to that full rating. But yeah, we're all good, no leak. We'll probably spill a bit of water out while we drive, but it's not a big deal. All right, so we figured out the path we're gonna take, and we think it'll work just fine without having to backtrack a ton or anything to get around Sturgis. And I'll actually go over to the map here on the side of the RV so you can kind of visualize. So we're right here on the border of North Dakota, and Mount Rushmore and the Badlands and Crazy Horse and all that are over here in a big cluster on this side. Our original plan was to leave from where we are here and go and see the buffalo, which is about here, and then cut down and over. Now we are not doing that, because we have to wait till after the 11th till Sturgis is over. So we're still going to go over here to Jamestown. We're leaving today, and then we're going to continue west through North Dakota over here to Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and we're going to stay there. We're going to boondock in their park for a few days. We're going to have to stop and get full hookups at a park nearby first, and then we'll go over to the main park. After that, we'll leave. We'll cut down a little bit through Montana, and we'll go see Devil's Tower in Wyoming, which is, you know, right around this area. And then we'll go back to see Rushmore and all that stuff over there. and then we'll continue on our normal trek towards Yellowstone, which is over here on the west side of Wyoming.